Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. It is Brandon again. I'm here in Sydney, Australia. It's about 2:30 a.m. my time in Sydney. My body feels like it's 1:30 p.m. East Coast Standard Time because that's really how it is. So I'm dying right now, but I figured I'd go ahead and make another video in the series, Everybody Want to Be a Bodybuilder. And it's important to note, everybody want to be a bodybuilder, but not everybody does. So for this series, just talking about some things, I figured I might as well just do these while I'm traveling because they're quick and they're easy. You guys probably know I have other YouTubers doing videos for me all this week, so I appreciate you checking them out and giving them a chance to show you what they got, and I really appreciate them helping me out as well. So for this today, what I want to talk about is training consistency in the terms of muscle confusion. And that word kind of brings me to a shudder just because I hate that term and what goes along with it, and I'm sure, just like myself, you at one point heard someone talk about muscle confusion. Now, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, hopefully this is a term that's not in your vocabulary anymore, or one that you only say with a laugh and a scoff. So for this muscle confusion, the basic theory is behind it that you need to consistently change up your training protocols. And the reason you'd like to do this is because you don't want your muscles and your body to adapt to what you're doing, thus making sure your muscles will continue to grow in size and in strength. So in theory, that sounds pretty good. I mean, I would like those gains. And maybe it would help spice things up instead of doing the same routine over and over again. But in reality, that's probably one of the worst things that you can do. And again, that is to continually switch up your training protocols. And the reason I wanted to talk about this in a video is because, get ready for a shameless plug, in my full video, which you can conveniently find linked in an annotation on the screen if you're watching on your computer, and in the description box below if you're watching on your mobile device, a lot of people ask me, how long should I do this routine for? And I really hate putting a time frame on routines because in reality, you shouldn't be. If you're on a routine that, number one, you're enjoying, that's really important. But number two, maybe even more important, is you're seeing results and progress on, you should never change from that routine. Milk that cow for all it's worth. Now, of course, at some point down the road, as you get more time in the gym and your weights increase to a point or your schedule dictates you need to change what you're currently doing, then that is understandable. But for the most part, you shouldn't really be flip-flopping between routines after a certain amount of time. And the reason we want to do this, and I'm going to give you a basic analogy, so hopefully this makes sense, is if you could all just kind of bear with me and play along with me. So if you could, raise your right hand, or maybe for some of you, your left hand, or for some of you who watch my video for not its intended purposes, do me a favor and raise both hands because I don't want you putting your other hand somewhere where it shouldn't be. But take a look at either one of your hands and take a look right here in this area. You'll probably find that you have developed some calluses, right? We're pretty much all familiar with these bad boys. They come with it. Now think about the reason why those are there. And I know, yes, they're from the bar, but what about the bar? And the truth is the bar is there consistently, long times, over time, over and over again, to the point where your body has responded by developing these calluses on your hand. That way the bar doesn't dig in as well. And I want you to take this analogy and then apply it to what we're talking about with training. So think about why your body would build strength or build muscle. If you need me to spell it out for you, it's because you put it under the same kinds of stress consistently to the point where your body responds in turn by growing bigger muscles or getting stronger. And I know that's a very crude way to think about it, and of course there's a lot more that goes into it, but that's the basics behind it. So in terms of muscle confusion and all this, you would be doing yourself a disservice to be consistently switching your routines up. So for all of you out there who are on a routine, who you're seeing gains with, which hopefully is all of you, if you're not on a routine where you're seeing gains, something is wrong, obviously. But stick with it as long as you can and milk that cow for all it's worth. By continually switching up your routines, you're only doing yourself a disservice. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to try to get some rest because I have to be in the office in about 4 hours and I have a couple of presentations to do. But in the meantime, stay big.